it towards mid. It puts a lot of pressure to the lone Grond member of NMV. Alone in a 1 versus however many peek him. Simple deletes him on the entry. NMV falls, and just like that, NAVI have secured a site. Moving forward, what's the response from Boomich? Well, as he dives through this smoke, gets ready for the initial member. SasukeQO to finish the job. And for NAVI, it's an equal man count, but considering they've got the bomb site down on B, one of the hardest sites to retake in the game, it's a back and forth down to a 2-on-2 for Bit and Perfecto. This is where they have to decide if they want to up the tempo or if we're going to see them hold firm. Perfecto, there's the jump forward, he spots out both members, he can't kill them though, switches to the knifed down by FPS, leaving it all down to Bit in a 1 versus 2. He's still got the bomb planted for him, but because of that, FPS finishes the job. And GROND, they get 1.
Wow. I mean,
as they do so, Perfecto ready to leave the cross over towards Car. As they do so, FPS tapping down. Simple takes his head clean off. That's an opening that NAVI going to capitalize off. Simple doubles down. Can't quite triple down as he stick down in the process. Toric abusing that as he continues to move forward. And into a 4-on-3, NAVI, once again, they get a bomb plant, but GROND commit to the retake. The low HP on Simple. Electronic has to take the brunt of the force as Toric falls. For faydett and NMV, saving isn't out of the question here. And cleans these rifles means that at least next round they're able to give themselves a bit of oomph around the ecoing members. They may even be able to drop the odd pistol to make it a big for this hit up from short. And the only man who can dare stop them is FPS, the acclaimed player who had to fall away earlier. It's a nice nade, doing a bit of tickle damage to Bit and Boomich, but it hasn't quite killed them. Instead, it may just embolden them to push forward. As the CT smoke goes down, this should affirm to FpSSS will be hit from short. SasukeQO shows his position, good for 1, leg down onto Simple, allows a follow-up from FPS there. Can he chime in again? He attempts to do so, tank down in the process, puts all that bit more pressure onto SasukeQO, who eats a nade from that position. Instead, as he gets ready for the hit, he hears Bits go for that plant. He can't cancel it out. Bits doesn't stand up afterwards either. He deploys that smoke to allow his teammates to get away, and as SasukeQO pushes forward, Bit spotted out. While it's messy, it's damage. In a 5-on-3, GROND have all the tools here to push forward. Electronic on the other side of this smoke does take a bit of damage, as Toric's good for 1. FPS chimes out to Perfecto, leaving it all on to Electronic. As faydett on just 1 HP finishes the job. GROND take the lead at 2-1. Josh, is today going to be a day of upsets?
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we're in for the quick day and the quick game that we were meant
to hold on to B. Through mid, Bit takes a lot of damage through that smoke there as FPS finishes the job. SasukeQO boosted up as well, makes their lives even easier. NMV gets ready for the attack from above. faydett's good for 1. Electronic and Simple both chime in though, meaning NMV needs to go huge here pretty damn quickly. Simple to fall, and as he's taken out as well, it leaves us in a
to cheer for GROND. As the water smokes go up, they are going to try and push on to this A site. On the other side of this smoke, our angry CT is ready to defend. And we're actually going to see an interesting boost here. This might work out as Boomich. Oh, he actually turns. He takes it. Toric's able to trade, so still the man advantage here for GROND. One of the M4's retrieved. The issue is it doesn't have any Kevlar behind it. As FPS picks up an AK, though, faydett finds 1. And now a 4 versus 2. And GROND, they're making this happen. FPS from behind taking another. And a 1v4 here for Perfecto to try and pull off.
This is exactly what happens when you give the AKs to the ecoing members. They snowball. It turns into a full buy as the round develops. With 7 seconds left, Perfecto has got to go for a plant. 5 seconds left. He's out of time. Now he desperately needs to survive just so he can keep his economy level with the rest of his team. But either way, Boomich lead this charge. Boomich. Does he spot out the first player? No, he doesn't. faydett, good for the first. NMV for the second. Doubles down. Tries to triple down here, leaving Simple in a 1v4. He falls as well. To capitalize off this, as there's the flashes. Here's the hit. NMV ready for the push. Good for 1. Tries to hide. Boomich trades. faydett gets the next say in the matter. But can NMV follow through? No, he can't. The trades, the back and forth leaves us in a 3-on-3, which does give NAVI that opening and gives them the sight. And with an AK to defend it, they do look pretty damn scary now. They exchange guns with Bits just to give a bit more firepower with that damage outputs. GROND, with only a single flash to get them onto this site, things are looking pretty dire for them. Braced on the angle. Almost taking that deep breath before the plunge. There's the first smoke going through. Bits forced forward because of it. Molly goes down as well. There's that flash. Here's that push. faydett good for the first. Trade by Bit. Simple chimes in as well. faydett in the 1v1. Bit tries to swing into him. Bit, little does he know as he hides towards window. faydett pushes forward. faydett finds him. Is there enough time? Although there isn't. NAVI, off the back of a couple of pistols, favours the position on long. looking to play retake on A now. As Nali push forward, we see a player drop to CT. FPS double scope leaves him in trouble, but Storic trades onto Boomich. He falls into a 5-on-3 as Navi slowly lose that momentum. SasukeQO onto Simple means that they risk even getting a bomb plant here. Perfecto, while he does trade, all GROND have right now is to retake the site. But alright, good for one. Bit to trade. Bits in a 1v2 now. Trying to catch out the player on long. Realizes that the likelihood of the player being there is extremely high. And as he desperately tries to find the next man, his crosshair dancing all around these angles. Beautiful shot onto FPS there. Into the 1v1. Can he catch out NMV? Goes for the high ground. Catches out Bits. And for GROND, that'll be 6.
NMV, what a ridiculous clutch. A really nice headshot there with that AU.
Hypothetical, Josh. Let's say GROND win this map. What does that mean for Mirage? Navi, they're trying to stop the ball. Through the slug, 2 quick kills by NMV there. Both of them doming the members who try to aggress. Simple, sure, he trades onto faydett. That means nothing right now. As NMV, he still survives. Eventually, he's taken down, and now we see a bit of momentum from Navi. 2 follow-up kills, puts it into a 3-on-2. Now for GROND. As the flashes go out, we see the swing from SasukeQO. Bits just deletes him with that. It's all onto Torek, and what looked like a GROND-oriented round has just collapsed. Where on earth is this game going, Josh?
I really don't know. I was going to say on the retake, the issue is for Navi is the lack of Kevlar, but in the 3-on-1, it doesn't really matter at all. And by the looks of things, Torek not even committing to this. He's just going to hold by the doors, see if he can get an exit. Off of the back of that, if there's enough time, maybe he'll pounce and try and do something. But as Bit comes close, takes the rifle, it's clear that Torek just isn't trying to tease any.
Remember? Can't quite do so. Instead, Navi go for a very fast hit towards mid now. Suzuki, he'll hear this though. He pushes forward on shot. All it takes is a well-timed flash for him to go aggressive here. Instead, Torek's good for 1. Bit to trade. Torek to double down. Torek makes it 3 though. Switching to his teammate's M4 gives him a chance to keep fighting. Is there a follow-through? As Electronic jumps up. Torek on for the ace now. It falls down to Perfecto and a 1 versus 4. Out from B. He's good for 1, but on 16 HP. This definitely isn't an easy situation for him. Make that 1v2. And this is actually very doable for him. All it takes is 2 well-timed shots. And, well, if his flashes can match that, then the second one goes out. He peeks forward. I think he just spotted a glimpse of Torek there. We're just English. We try to anglicize everything.
Yeah, maybe.
I apologize for that. For the pistol round, GROND, they owns this with only util on NMV. This armor on everyone else. Electronic on long, spots out the first man, doubles down, tries to make it 3. Can he do so? While it's messy, he does. Tries to reload, but Sasuke finishes the job with that. In a 3-on-2. What's the follow-up now? With Perfecto, getting 2 flashes on his hand. Over towards Simple, dink down to 3 HP at range. With armor on, both Bit and Simple. This means that Angels definitely aren't out of the question. NMV alone in a 1v3 with DT. Should be able to catch him out, though. And with a quick dispatchment, it makes a bit of noise. Caught out in the cross. Contagious position. We've got faydett aggressing up from CT. He knows full well that the long control means that they've left an opening somewhere. Bits now. Alone in a 1 versus 4 for the site. Spots out faydett. Good for 1. Turns around. Doubles down onto Torek. Tries to follow through with Sasuke following up. And Sasuke does just that. We're left in a 2-on-4. Sasuke reloading. He's got Xbox. FPS to support him. They're acutely aware that Navi are going to turn their attention towards tunnels, and will this aggression catch out Simple? He'll hope to find him. Instead, Boomich good for 1. It's all onto FPS. Simple follows through. A quick cleanup from Navi. And an 11th for them. A really good read from GROND to push that site, but the delay and the damage done by Bit was just too much for them. And 11-8, GROND have to head back to the drawing board. This is a really fast hit from faydett here. He dives into CT, and he catches out Perfecto. That's exactly what GROND looked to do to give him that flair. But in mid, Bit's good for 2, responds in kind. He responds to aggression with aggression. Electronic flash through the smoke shows to GROND that Navi too can play the fast game. And as it leaves just Sasuke and Torek alone in a 2-on-4, the plant goes down, the flank is coming towards them. And as they desperately cling to these weapons, what on earth can they do next?
Oh, nades rain in. Simple. He's able to take down Torek. It leaves it all into a 1-on-4, and there's surely no chance here. Nope, Boomich comes in, finishes off the...
Going for the shoulder beat, making sure that if he does spot them out, he isn't going to be caught out. He deploys that smoke, he sees them coming. GROND is the execution. Perfecto. Best case scenario for him is staying alive, and how's that working out for him? Not very well. Sasuke is going to shut him out, and with bit trading, sure it helps, but NAVI, they've lost the sight. There you have it, GROND. They turn it down. They absolutely reduce it to 30 seconds, and just like that, NAVI caught off. It's going to be a 4-man save. Molly, as he tries to catch out anyone running towards him, little does he know, he's just survived by the skin of his teeth. Instead, Perfecto, he's going to have another attempt at holding this beast sight. Flashes go down either way. He's good for the first. faydett to full. Trade, not quite there as Torek and NMV both chime in. Sasuke shutting down Perfecto, leaving Electronic and Simple in this 2-on-4. For Electronic, boosted up in CT. He can catch out Torek, that makes things a bit easier as Simple's already caught out one of the initial men.
NAVI. They need to try and hold on to these sites somehow. GROND, 4 players stacked up here on this short corner. When they go for the aggression, when they actually go for the execution, it's going to be deadly. But with that smoke grenade going down, they can't wait any longer. They can't wait for it to fade. Instead, they're going to have to push right through, and that's where they funnel right into Simple. 2 kills for him. FPS able to trade it, but Electronic just playing his life right now. He knows that there's such limited time on the clock. The molly's not even going to force him out of position, and he's just going to hold true. Spots out the head, spams away. Will be able to deny the plant. No, perhaps not. faydett, he's actually going to be able to tap in those digits. The jump spot doesn't come through.
He does have bits there to assist him, but as that set piece goes out, here's that push, here's that assault. Bit makes a bit of noise, but it doesn't matter. Perfecto good for 1, faydett to trade. It chimes in now, and with players all around, the player in mid of Torek good for 1, Electronic to trade, leaves us in this 3-on-2. Bit good for 2 more. Towards GROND, all of them have armor. NAVI a bit of armor as well, except it's Perfecto with a kit and 2 flashes. Bit good for 1, it doubles down on the initial contact. Can faydett trade so far? No, he can't. With the follow-up push, let's see what the response is from these members, and as they hold firm.
Duel up close with Perfecto. Simple, oh my goodness, we're going to see a knife kill. He's doing it while Torek's looking at him as well, but he was reloading. There wasn't anything to stop it. And for Simple, that's going to be a lot of money going into this next, and a cheeky Simple play that we know and love.
It's Simple, isn't it? As Simple goes for the short jump, misses it though. Does he recover it with a kill? Yes, he does. NMV to full, turns his attention to Underpass. Luckily for him, GROND, there are sights are set towards A. While it's messy, Boomish is good for the first. Spray from behind him as faydett swings out, good for 1. Spray transfer can't quite happen, but as FPS times in, it leaves us in a 3-on-2. It's Torek. He's the first man and only man to recover here. Simple good for the first. Torek, can he trade? Yes, he can. 1v1 with Perfecto. Molly goes out towards jungle. He looks to take the fight on short, spots him out. Nice little kill there, and for Torek.
Simple, just on this Desert Eagle, you definitely don't want to count him out. He's just as powerful with that weapon as any other. And as he finds the head of Sasuke, he'll be able to pick up that Galil. Smoke as well gives him safe passage back, so really nice man advantage.
With this man advantage, can they capitalize off the back of it? For GROND, I just found out around the map, they haven't really committed anywhere just yet. Torek's the man who has to capitalize, and Electronic spotted out. That's a nice kill there by Electronic. For GROND, as they now stack up towards B, they get ready with this hit towards them, and with this set piece, what's the response? Says, we see the initial point of contact, they lead this charge, and ZMV just eases himself around the corner. Can Simple hold? Deagle in hand. There are 35 seconds left. GROND, they do need to get a wiggle on it. They slowly tease their way forward. Simple spots out the first. Nice little 1D to open things out. Can he double down? Yes, he can. Can he make it 3 FPS? He's there to trade with a beautiful shot. Perfecto back sight. Hides towards Van. Even jumps up to go for some aggression here. For FPS, saving really ain't out the question here. And Sasuke spots him out. He drops down. Electronic folds away. Torek, center sight though, good for 1. Picks up the Galil, trades, doubles down. He doesn't even need to make it 3 with NMV chiming in. And all of a sudden, these Deagles may have done just what's required to shut down NAVI. Simple rings that shot and realizes how dire the situation is. Installs these missiles. He'll be ready on the close angle. Simple, how fast can he flick? That's pretty bloody fast with that first kill. Torek caught out by Electronic, leaving NMV and FPS alone in a 2 versus 4. NMV praying he isn't caught out on ramp. Instead, FPS is good for 1. The Molly finishes the job on Simple. NMV shows his presence, finished off quickly. And for NAVI, that'll be a 5-2 lead now as they start putting some distance between them and GROND. Really clean defuse. Sees the aggression on ramp. Can he stop it? Can he halt it? Well, the flash is good. The spray's better. faydett falls, and in a 5-on-3, this is where things get scary for GROND, as no matter where they attack, no matter where they engage, they seem to come out worse.
Well, with less than a minute on this clock, it doesn't look like NMV and FPS are going to be able to do too much here. FPS going to be caught out by the push of Electronic. He's not holding... Crosshair in the wrong position. Electronic peaks. NMV, nice reset. Turns his crosshair, hits the headshot, but he's still got 4 to find. And
Can he hold? So far, he definitely has to, with both Bit and Electronic chiming in. Simple, good for one. Boomish to trade, covering his teammate from Con. NMV's the only man who can begin to save and even find a kill, but it doesn't matter. It's Electronic. He's
debating a peek from Con, and then he peeks in front of it. Really, really awesome.
He's literally doing what would be a two-man job, usually. He's just got that much presence. Sasuke, yeah, he gets the stairs. Yeah, he gets one, but Electronic, he's so quick in trade that GRONDs just don't even get a chance to react to the initial positioning he's received. And with Fred MV and FPS, they've got mid control loosely, but they have no way to push from it. Boom, it shuts down FPS, and as NMV hears his teammate's head hit the floor behind him, he realizes he's very alone. Bits approaches him, shuts him down. Mile points really shows that GROND have a way to go, as Electronic shuts down NMV instantly. Over towards B, Perfecto, 2 quick kills. He's going to try and convert onto Tariq. He does just that. It's all on FPS, and it feels almost unfair at this.
NMV ready to take the first point of contact. That's such a fast dink.
Instantly dinged down, however, NMV, he's able to draw first blood. Boomich, he'll fall. SasukeQO, good for 2 of his own now. He even shuts down Electronic. It's all on to Perfecto when Sasuke, he shows us why he is one. As he peeks towards jungle, looks for an initial member. Hasn't done so yet, though, and the smoke means that he's just going to make sure there hasn't been a boost. With Bit trying to spot out Sasuke, E2 hasn't traded just yet, so the main point of contact will actually be Electronic onto Tariq, and he's think down in the process. faydett and Perfecto both exchange blows towards mid. Then MP9 over towards short, tries to catch out a member, while Sasuke's good for 1. Simple trades into the 2-on-2 now, and with low HP on Tariq, this is very doable for NAVI. He gets this site, they go for this plant, and the plant is for triple. Simple. He sits towards Firebox. He awaits the oncoming GROND members, and with NMV, the real power weapon in this being that AUG. Question is, what mileage can he get out of it? He pushes forward from jungle, he hard clears it, but with only a single kit onto Tariq, he needs to be able to survive, at least to get to this site and or die near NMV. Luckily, they have moved forward together. Perfecto, he'll be the initial point of contact. He's just got a delay for Simple, as Simple's backstab should finish the job, but as Perfecto swings, NMV spotted out, NMV to fall, all on Tariq. Simple should be able to finish the job. He doesn't even
retrieve from before. AK's full utility, not bad at all for GROND. Someone needs to make a hero play, and as Sasuke drops early, he's the one that I'd call upon to go huge. He's not given the opportunity to do so. NAVI, man advantage, match point. They've got 12 chances to close, but this is probably their best opportunity to do so.
That it is for Tariq. He tries to go a bit aggressive towards Palace, changes his mind, and instead sits under Balk. He awaits for the push from Bit. The molly lands right on him, though. Simple good for the first. Tariq, he's got to swing out from this. E2 falls. It's turning into an absolute collapse towards this site. And with NMV and FPS, the last members left standing. Simple. Also flashed into CT, but it may not matter at this point. He dives forward. He finishes the job.